Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our iStaging talk today, how to use iStaging as a photographer. My name is Stefan, and I'm here today with my colleague Andrea, who you can speak with on the chat. She'll be sending out some helpful information throughout the talk and some helpful links. You can ask her any questions, but most of those questions we can cover towards the end of the talk today. It'll take about 15 to 20 minutes, and then afterwards we'll go into those questions that you might have. Now, today I want to cover a couple of things with you guys. Number one, talk a little bit about the increasing importance of visualization and virtual tours. Then I'm going to share my screen with you guys, show the VR editor, and walk you through a couple of basic functions that are very important for you as a photographer, when you're creating tours for your clients. Then I want to talk a little bit about how you could potentially market yourself and market the tours, in a market that you're active, basically. And we'll finish off with basically a great offer that really helps you get started. So stay tuned for that. All right, so we all know that visualization and virtual tours are playing a bigger and more important role nowadays. You used to have 2D photos, but now virtual tours are becoming the standard. And for you as a photographer, it's a way to basically upgrade your content, right? Upgrade your services if you do 2D photos or if you do any other type of services. VR and virtual tours are a way to upgrade that and to add more value to whatever it is that you currently are offering. And as you know, virtual tours can be created of any space really. It could be, whether it's a property or a retail store or a hotel, or in any industry, this could be applicable. And that also means that the potential for clients in the case of a photography is huge. But it is obviously very, very important to understand how this would bring value to your clients, because that depends and that differs depending on the industry that you target. So let's say if you're targeting real estate, if you're targeting the real estate industry and real estate agents, for them it's an extremely valuable listing and selling tool. It's about saving time for people, and ultimately getting genuinely interested buyers to the property. And for you to actually sell this to a real estate agent, you need to understand that value. In the case of retail, if you're talking about an actual retail store, right, you want to drive traffic to your, let's say, a virtual store where people can actually buy, or you want to drive traffic online so that ultimately you drive more foot traffic to your store. And being able to add information within the virtual tour that I'll touch upon later on. All of that information is very, very important, very crucial for you, to actually go out and sell your services. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go into the editor in case, for some of you already have an iStaging account, so you've probably seen some of the things already. In case that you don't have an iStaging account, this will be a good first start. So let me just share my screen with you. Give me 1 minute. Should be there in a couple seconds. All right, now I'm looking a little to the right to make sure that you guys see what I see. All right, we're good to go. All right, so if you have an iStaging account, what you want to do, you want to go to iStaging.com and log in. In the top right corner, you'll have an account here, and I'm going to do that with you right now. And you'll end up in the portal, in our portal, with basic information, but I want to go into the VR editor directly in the top right corner here, because that's where all of the virtual tours that you have created and will or want to create will be visible. Okay, so I'm going to I'm just going to select the top one. And I want to walk through some basic functions here, because if you're creating a tour for a client, they're going to want, specific information there. Not all the information, might be up to you, but, some basic information is definitely important. So we're talking about, a name and a description, and obviously you discuss that with your client, right? If it's a property for sale, that would most likely be an address. If it's the name of a company or the name of a retail store, you put that there. Description, again, that would also be up to the client, whether or not they would want to have a location there, especially if it's a store, in retail or a hotel. The location will be crucial, so that'll be important. The logo here, as some of you might know, that's actually at the bottom of the tour. Now, in some cases, it might cover a tripod. In some cases, your tripod is not visible. And in that case, it's a branding opportunity. Actually, in either case, it's a branding opportunity, right? Say, hey, I want my company logo or whatever, a logo or color there as branding. A preview photo, as you know, every single, for your client, every single tour is a link. So you share that link. And when they share that on social media or online, there's a preview photo, for example, on Facebook, that they might want to see, right? And that sort of attracts attention. It says, drives people to actually click. So again, that's really important. The size of the logo can be adjusted, and contact information, which is also key because if you're hosting it for your client, the contact information there is you'll probably hide that because it'll be the same across all of your tours. And if you have different clients, obviously they'll want to have different information there. So most of the time, I guess you would hide that. And you have a color scheme which can match perfectly with your client's company, right? So there's something for everybody. In our case, it would be pink because that's our company color. Okay, then if I go to panoramas, there are a couple of things that I want to discuss here. Obviously, you can use our capture solution. You can use multiple capture solutions actually. So you can use your smartphone. You can use any other 360 camera. We've integrated, for example, within the app with the Panono, with the Ricoh Theta. Very soon it will be the Insta360. So you can use multiple cameras, and you can basically add those panoramas right here from once you've downloaded it from a specific camera. And if we've actually integrated it, so with the Ricoh Theta and the Panono, for example, it works perfectly with the app, and you don't even have to add panoramas here. You can immediately do that from the VR Maker app on your phone. Now, what's important is that there's a maximum of 30 panoramas into one tour. Okay, now for most of them, for most of the spaces that you capture, that will be more than enough. But if you do need more, if you have a really, really large area that you need to capture, you can always group panoramas together, all right, to add additional standpoints. So if you would then group 2 or 3 tours together, you have the possibility for 60 or 90 standpoints, and that will all be in one tour. So yeah, that stuff is very, very easy, very important for you to know as a photographer. And I want to go to the marker editor because there are a couple of functions here on the left that some of you might have seen that you might want to, or that you need to do basically as a photographer when you're creating tools for your clients. And I think there are probably 2 or 3 here that you definitely want to do, and the rest is more optional, which is you could discuss with your client. Obviously, you would have the hotspots, right? You want to add hotspots here, which basically, otherwise, if you don't, you would just have a collection of 360 panoramas, and you want to create that virtual walkthrough. Then I want to jump to a set view angle, which seems not that important, but it actually is very important. So just to clarify, when I basically go from point A to point B and I'm walking in that direction, when I end up at point B, I still want to face that direction, to really have that feeling. Because if I'm physically walking, I also still face that direction. And you would want to make sure that that works with every single hotspot using this set view angle feature or button. Because if I basically, go that way and I certainly face the other side, it's a strange virtual walkthrough experience. So that'll be important. And if you, for example, do real estate tours, right, for the real estate industry or real estate agents, a floor plan will be important. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But that could, for example, be a bundled service. You could say, hey, you want to bundle your services. You want to offer floor plans also, or measurements and 2D photos. And this is a possibility here. In the case if you don't, you can just simply request from the real estate agent, hey, do you have a 2D floor plan that you want me to upload to the tour? That's definitely possible. Okay, so usually, the hotspots would be the set view around the floor plan. And then the tags and the memos and the videos here in the middle, it basically enables you to add more information from within the virtual tour. And again, you can discuss this with the client, but that's up to the client. They would have that information, so they have to provide that information to you. And again, you can add this into a bundle, say, hey, I'm willing to do this for you. And it can also set you apart, right? Because there are obviously multiple virtual tour providers out there and service providers out there. But if you can somehow differentiate yourself, say that, hey, if you know, you can do this and this and this and that, you can do a video introduction, you can add 2D photos, you can do a memo with little pieces of text, right? That's another way of sort of differentiating and making the tour even more immersive and even more interactive for a client. So, you know, those are, it's optional, but it is a way for you to somehow market your tours better. Okay, then what I want to do here is the share button. Again, you know, probably for you and us, you know, sharing a tour because it's a simple URL link is very basic, but for a client, it might not be that basic. So inform them that, you know, you can post it on social media, on Facebook, on, you know, whatever medium that they can embed it in their own website, for example, or that they can put it on, you know, listing services, or, you know, that stuff is, again, important to let them know, because we've had, you know, multiple people, and it was not that obvious for them, even though for us, you know, it might be like, well, that's very simple, but it's not. So don't forget to mention that. Okay, now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and what I want to do is, you know, I was talking about marketing your services, and should you potentially bundle it. Obviously, you can sell iStaging, or you can sell a virtual tour as a standalone solution. Just basically, I'm creating a virtual tour for you. I can do that. On the other hand, you can make it more interesting, and that depends on the market and the target audience that you serve. You can make it more interesting by offering, you know, say, like I said, floor plans, or add measurements, or do 2D photos, or do all of them at the same time. You could do a drone shot. Like, there's so many possibilities there. And again, you know, you look at the market that you're active in. You need to know the target audience, so you need to know the industry. That's why, you know, I said yes, the possibilities are endless, but I think it's better to choose something specific and understand very clearly what your clients basically need, and ultimately, you know, look at the competition, see what is everybody else doing, and how can you differentiate yourself from the other providers. In some cases, there might not be that many in your territory. In other cases, there might be a lot that do something. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that you'll find ways to actually differentiate yourself using, for example, a bundle, or offer people the possibility to say, hey, choose, right? Say, okay, I have these services, and you can choose whichever. You can create your own bundle, for example. In some cases that might work. In other cases, depending on the industry, it's better to offer a standard, depending on the territory. Okay, then what I want to do is here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now, there's also a possibility here to, in some cases, depending on your target audience, it's important sometimes for your client to have an actual iStaging account, because if you are creating tours, right, that is taking up storage in your own account, and you have to keep that tour for a certain period of time for your client. Now, it might be easier to simply copy that tour from within your own account once you've created it to your client's account. Okay, that can free up space in your own iStaging account. And on the other hand, there are a couple of reasons why a client might want to have their own iStaging account. And I want to walk you through some of those reasons. Okay, so number one would be access and control. Again, you know, these tags and notes and videos and memos, that stuff is, you know, the client knows that better, and they might want to add some things throughout a certain period that they have the tour online. And you know, it makes it easier for them, instead of them calling you up every single once in a while to make a little change that they could have done in 2 minutes themselves. And number two would be branding. So I was talking about the branding a little earlier. Depending on, you know, if you talk about real estate, branding is really, really crucial. And, you know, if you're hosting the tour, you cannot brand every single tour as well as if the client, your client, would have their own iStaging account. So that, you know, with personal or company branding. So, and then number three would be analytics. You probably have noticed that within our software, there's analytics for, you know, general analytics as well as analytics per tour, but only you would be able to see that, and not the client. So the client cannot see where the traffic, you know, where traffic basically comes from. So if they have their own iStaging account, again, you know, there's definitely value in that data basically rules the world. And the last one will be touring. You probably have seen a button in the editor that says touring, which basically enables a viewer of a virtual tour to call the creator of the tour, right, within the tour for a remote controlled virtual tour. And for example, in real estate, a virtual open home. Now, if you only send a link to a client, then it'll be hard. You cannot really use touring. You can't use that feature. Again, there will be analytics connected to touring, and it won't. They won't be able to see that. So, especially in real estate, this could be, or in the automotive industry. I haven't even mentioned that. The automotive industry, this is an extremely important feature. So again, there are multiple benefits to having your own iStaging account and why your client might have their own iStaging account. And now, obviously, you can use for example, our MGM program to, refer a client, or if you're a partner, right, you also benefit from actually promoting iStaging or having your clients getting an iStaging subscription on their own. Okay, then now, I want to talk to you about an extremely beneficial and extremely awesome offer that we have for you guys. We have recently partnered with Insta360, and what we want to do today for you, and Andrea is going to send out this link, is a limited time offer, which is an iStaging Ultimate account, which gets you 50 tours for an entire year, all right? And we will give you a free Insta360 1X, which is a fantastic camera with a tripod and a memory card. All right, so if you get your iStaging account, you're good to go with the software. You have access to the software for an entire year, 50 active tours, and you get a free Insta360. I mean, you're all set. This is, obviously, this is what we want to offer this. It's a limited time offer, so I would take advantage of that. Take advantage of that now. You can click on the button, the special bundle at the top, if you're in the join our iStaging talk today. So we hope that you take advantage of it. And very, very soon, the Insta360, early next month, the Insta360 will be perfectly integrated within our VR Maker app, so it's even more seamless than it already is. So it's very, very easy to use. All right. Now, are there any questions? Because I've sort of gotten towards the end of our talk today. I hope that you have some sort of insights about what you can do with the software as a photographer, what's important to know, what's important to talk about with the client. That especially for anyone, it's it's attractive in trying to do everything and trying to cover multiple industries at the same time. But if you learn something specific, if you know exactly what how it can value someone, value people, or your client in a certain industry, you might actually be, very, very successful. If you have any questions, let us know, guys. And if not, then I would say, who's going to sign up? That would be my question. Who's going to take advantage of this 600 euro bundle? All right, for 600 euros, again, Ultimate account annually for an entire year, 50 active tours. You would have access to touring, you have access to the editor, to the VR Maker app, and you get a free Insta360 that we will ship for free to you guys as well. So wherever you are. So definitely, I would take advantage of it if I were you. If you have any questions about it, you can ask us as well. The offer lasts for 24 hours from now. So all right. Then if this is it, then I see that someone is typing, so I'll give Ali a couple of seconds in case that there's a question. Oh, maybe not. Maybe there's no question. Well, what if you have the camera? Well, if you have a camera, I mean, you can still use the software. Obviously, you can basically, you can sign up to our standard. You can sign up to our standard plans if you want to do that. That's also possible. But again, this is our standard pricing. Usually, for an ultimate plan is 600 euros for an entire year. And right now, you can you can benefit from that and even getting an additional camera for free with a tripod and a memory card. So you know, that's there you basically have nothing to lose. And if you're using the software and you're still on a monthly plan, again, annual plans will be, you know, a lot more beneficial for you. And this is an offer that is only going to last for 24 hours with a free camera. So there's, you know, you don't even have to pay more than you would usually pay. You're just getting something else additionally to what you would usually do or what you usually get. Let's see. Which resolution? I see a photo from Mark. Oh, if we have 300, 400 lifters, what is the package that we can look at? Then you can reach out to me personally, Stefan at iStaging.co, and we can talk about a potential package, a potential custom account for you. Because as you know, our current plans only cover 15 and 50 tours. If you have high volume, then we can look at a specific package that maybe we can work out. So please reach out to me personally, and we can discuss that. So that would be more of an enterprise account in this case. All right. Which resolution is better, 361x or the photos with the VR kit? I would say, actually, okay, I would say my instinct would be the Insta360 will be better, but there are some cameras within certain phones that can give you a very similar quality. Okay, but that depends on the phone. Obviously, the variety of phones is so large that the quality it differs. So if you say a phone or a camera, it depends a little bit on the phone, obviously. But you know, generally, if you want to have a very consistent quality, okay, then and very easy to use as well, I would, in this case, I would say, hey, let's go with the Insta360. And because of the offer today, obviously, you know, if you have to buy the Insta360 online right now, it'll cost you 450 euros. All right, and now you get an annual plan with a camera that is for free. We offer that to you for free for 450. You know, that for 600 basically, so you don't even pay anything extra, and the tripod and the memory part. So yeah, you know, in this case, I would say go with the camera, go with the promotional offer. However, again, you know, some smartphones do offer a very similar quality, absolutely. Okay, what else? Any further questions? I hope that, by the way, I hope that answered your question, Mark. All right, if there are no further questions, then I want to thank you all very much for joining us today. I we really appreciate it. We hope to see you at the next iStaging talk, which won't be very long from now. Oh, comparison camera 1, which is better? Is there much difference between them? I would say, let's see, Antonio. It's, well, I guess the iPhone will probably, the iPhone X will probably get you a similar quality, but as a photographer, you can probably notice the difference. But yes, it'll be easier and probably better to go with the Insta360 in this case. I would say that in terms of HDR quality and lighting, the Insta360 can probably get you a little bit of a better quality. Yes. But again, you know, I don't want to take anything away from our, you know, rotator capture solution. Definitely can also get you a very decent quality. But yeah, so comparable. I can try and see if I can have a comparison for you. All right. Yes, I hope that answers, Antonio. Okay. I see that Antonio is talking, is typing something. So, all right, very good. Well, you're very welcome. Okay, I want to thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed our talk today. I appreciate that you joined us. Hope to see you at the next one. Have a great end of the week. And oh, every single time I'm trying to end it, there's someone else talking, which is great. I love questions. I love questions. So don't worry about that, guys. All right, I think that was it. I think that's probably it. You can always contact me directly, Stefan at iStaging.co, not .com. All right, very good. Stefan at STEFAN at iStaging.co, not .com. So be sure of that. You can reach out to us if you want more information, but be careful. This bundle that we're offering today only lasts for 4 hours, so take advantage of it if you really think that this could potentially help you, that this can help you out in your photography business. And if you want to start it, then definitely do this. You know, there's no better way to get started anywhere. There's no better deal you can get anywhere, I would say, currently. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day, and talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.